One day, a professor walked into his classroom holding a big empty glass jar. As always, there was a spark of curiosity in his eyes, and the students were watching him closely, wondering what he was about to do. He placed the jar on the table and took out a few large stones, each one roughly the size of a fist. One by one, he carefully put the rocks into the jar until no more could be added. Then he looked up and asked, "Is the jar full now?" The students examined it and, seeing that no more rocks could fit, confidently answered, "Yes, sir, it's full." The professor smiled gently. From under the table, he pulled out a bag filled with small pebbles. He poured the pebbles inside and lightly shook the jar. The pebbles slipped into the empty spaces between the large rocks. Then he asked again, "Now is it full?" This time some students weren't as sure, but many still replied, "Yes, now it's full." Without saying a word, the professor picked up a bag of sand and began to pour it into the jar. The sand trickled down, filling every tiny gap left between the rocks and pebbles. Once more he asked, "Is it full now?" The class laughed softly and said, "Maybe." Finally, the professor brought out a cup of water and slowly poured it in. The water seeped through the sand and filled the entire jar completely. Smiling, he said, "Now the jar is truly full." Then he looked at the students and explained, "This jar is your life." The big rocks symbolize the most important parts of your life: your family, your health, the relationships that truly matter, and your dreams and purpose. Even if everything else fades away, holding on to these will still give your life meaning. The pebbles represent other important but secondary things: your job, your house, your car, your education. They matter, but they are not the foundation. The sand is the small, everyday distractions, scrolling endlessly on your phone, unnecessary tasks, and things that don't add real value. He continued, "If you fill your life with sand first, there will be no space left for the big rocks." The same rule applies in life. If you give your time and energy to unimportant things, you won't have room for what truly matters. Your rocks are the pillars of your life: your family, your health, your passion, your goals. If you ignore them, one day you might realize that you've missed the most meaningful parts of living. Then the professor gave his final lesson. Put your big rocks first. They give your life purpose and balance. Don't let the small things replace them. After he finished, one student raised their hand and asked, "Sir, what about the water? What does it stand for?" The professor smiled warmly and said, "Great question. The water represents the little joys in life, like sharing a cup of tea with a friend, small moments of peace, laughter, and happiness. No matter how busy life feels, there is always room for these small moments." We spend so much time trying to manage everything, our tasks, responsibilities, and routines, that we sometimes forget the value of what truly matters. Our jar, our life, is not unlimited. If we fill it with sand first, the rocks will never fit. So, remember, put your rocks first: your family, your health, your dreams, your love. Make time for the people who care about you. Take care of your mental and physical well-being. Follow your passions with courage, and in between, leave space for kindness, learning, and growth. And don't forget the water, the tiny moments that bring joy and freshness to life. The pebbles and sand matter too, but they should never take the place of your rocks. In the end, Life isn't about how busy you are. It's about how meaningful your days are. It's not about counting the hours, but about creating moments that count. Find a balance between your rocks, pebbles, sand, and water, a balance that brings true peace, joy, and completeness to your life. If you feel this message should reach more people, please like and share the video.